Taylor Swift's secret Super Bowl halftime show, clues you completely missed.
I know every halftime show from the Super Bowls, but I didn't watch the sport.
Welcome to PopPlug. Let's get plugged in.
Let's get plugged in.
Okay, Swifties and football fans, buckle up, because we might be standing on the edge of one of the biggest pop culture collisions in history. Taylor Swift, the Super Bowl, the halftime show. Just saying those words together gives me chills, because if all the clues are pointing in the right direction, then the most powerful woman in music might finally be gearing up for the performance of her life. And yes, the receipts are piling up. From cryptic numbers to sneaky sourdough references to a podcast episode that feels more like a scavenger hunt than a conversation, Taylor might have just told us everything without ever really saying anything. But before we dive into every Easter egg, every number, every sparkly outfit, and every lyric that could be pointing to Super Bowl 60 in 2026, let's just set the stage. Taylor Swift has literally conquered the music world. She's traveled across continents, breaking records in stadium after stadium with the Eras Tour. She's set attendance highs that artists only dream of. She's turned heartbreak into chart-topping hits, and she's turned her fight for her masters into a cultural battle cry. But there's still one performance, one box left unchecked, one holy grail of live entertainment, the Super Bowl halftime show.
Everything was a means to an end to get me to get to do music.
Think about it. Michael Jackson did it. Beyoncé did it. Prince, Rihanna, The Weeknd, Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, Katy Perry, all of them have stood in that spotlight in front of the biggest television audience on earth and claimed their crown. But Taylor, she's never done it. Not yet. Every year, her name trends when halftime rumors swirl, but every year she stays on the sidelines. Until now. And that's what makes this moment feel different, because for the first time in a long time, the timing, the clues, the numbers, the vibes, they're all adding up. And if you think this is just wishful thinking, wait until you hear what Swift herself has been saying. Here's every Easter egg, hinting that Taylor Swift could headline the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. First, let's talk about her connection to football right now. Taylor isn't just tangentially involved with the NFL anymore. She's basically part of the football fabric. Ever since she and Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce made their relationship public in 2023, Swifties and NFL fans have been colliding worlds. She's been spotted in the box seats cheering louder than anyone. She's been to back-to-back Super Bowls. Suddenly, football broadcasts feature cutaways to Taylor Swift reactions, and merch sales for the Chiefs went through the roof. It's gotten to the point where even casual football viewers are now deeply aware of Taylor Swift and vice versa. Not to mention they're engaged. The Super Bowl became the power couple's power move. If that isn't the ultimate cross-promo build-up to a halftime show, I don't know what is.
Touchdown to Kelce. Brilliance that he brings to the game. The year wasn't spectacular by any stretch of the imagination for him personally, statistically.
But beyond the obvious football connection, let's break down the Easter eggs. And wow, Taylor really outdid herself here. Number 1. The Life of a Showgirl. Taylor's brand new album is set to drop on October 3rd, and she's been hyping it up as her most performance-driven, banger-filled project yet. The Life of a Showgirl feels tailor-made for the grandest stage on earth. What's bigger than a Super Bowl halftime show? This album screams feathers, sequins, fireworks, and spectacle. And when Taylor says she's building an album with commercial appeal, loaded with tracks from hitmakers like Max Martin and Shellback, she's got stadiums, arenas, and yes, the Super Bowl in mind.
This is my brand new album.
We
got TS12, baby.
This is my brand new album. It's called The Life of a Showgirl.
The timing is too perfect. The album drops in October. The halftime show announcement usually comes in September. She could be aligning everything so that by the time the NFL makes the call, her new music is already primed for the world's biggest stage. Number 2, the Super Bowl talk on new heights. On August 13th, Taylor made her debut appearance on Travis and Jason Kelce's podcast, New Heights. And let's just say the timing was suspicious. During that episode, the Super Bowl came up not once, but multiple times. Taylor talked about attending the Super Bowl. She talked about halftime shows. She reminisced about her early life, how she grew up not really watching sports, but loving the national anthem and halftime performances. She basically laid out her personal connection to football and music in a single conversation.
I I would go to sporting events so that I could sing the national anthem. Like everything was a means to an end to get me to get to do music.
Yeah.
I know every halftime show from the Super Bowls, but I didn't watch the sports.
With Taylor, nothing is casual. When she talks about halftime shows on a podcast that drops the same day as her album announcement, that's a breadcrumb. That's a wink. Number 3, the sourdough clue. On the same podcast, Taylor suddenly goes off about sourdough bread, saying she's deep in a sourdough obsession and that she talks about bread 60% of the time now.
I love to paint. I love to cook. I have a different baking obsession every 6 months.
I am the luckiest man in the world.
Right now we're very deep in a sourdough obsession that has taken over my life.
Innocent comment? Maybe. But Swifties immediately caught on. Sourdough Sam is the mascot for the San Francisco 49ers. And where's the 2026 Super Bowl? Levi's Stadium, home of the 49ers. Not only that, but the 2026 game is the 60th Super Bowl. 60%, 60th Super Bowl. Coincidence? When it comes to Taylor, there are no coincidences. Number 4, the suspicious 47. Also on New Heights, Taylor threw out the number 47 multiple times. Jason Kelce joked about her accomplishments, and she replied,
Just breathe,
creepy.
Jason.
No, that was so good. Thank
I've seen this
you.
before.
I tried to.
Thank you
I
for
tried.
screaming for like 47 seconds for me. That was so nice.
Later, she joked that she'd been to 47,000 countries on tour, even though the number is wildly off. So why 47?
How many countries did you do the Eras tour in?
47,000 countries, Jason.
Swifties connected it immediately. The 47th stop on her Eras tour was Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, the same Levi's Stadium that will host Super Bowl 60. Oh, and at that Levi's Stadium show, Taylor wore a sparkly orange outfit during Shake It Off. Months later, what color dominates the visuals for the life of a showgirl? Orange. Easter Egg City.
Number 5, the Levi's connection. Speaking of Levi's, when Taylor announced her new album, brands all across the internet jumped on the hype. But Levi's in particular posted a video showing someone sewing a sparkly orange tag into a pair of jeans with the caption, "Subtle swap for the big day." Subtle swap. Big day. Levi's Stadium. Sparkly orange. At this point, the Levi's marketing team might as well have just said, "See you at the Super Bowl." Number 6, the masters of it all. Here's a major detail that makes 2026 different from every other year Taylor's been rumored for the halftime show. For the first time ever, she owns her masters. She officially bought her catalog back in May from Shamrock Holdings. That means if she performs Love Story or Shake It Off or All Too Well at the Super Bowl, she's the one benefiting. Not Scooter Braun, not some random holding company, just Taylor. And if you know anything about her, you know she wasn't going to do the Super Bowl until she had that control. TMZ even reported back in 2022 that she turned it down because she wasn't done re-recording and regaining ownership yet. Now, that box is checked. So at this point, the evidence isn't just circumstantial. It's practically a game plan. And beyond the Easter eggs, let's just imagine the show itself, the Swiftie Super Bowl takeover. Think about how massive that would be. She's already proven she can build a 2-hour stadium spectacular with the Eras Tour. Compress that into 13 minutes of pure firepower, and you've got the kind of halftime show that would shatter records. A Bad Blood performance with Kendrick Lamar making a surprise guest appearance. Sabrina Carpenter joining her on stage for a new Showgirl track. A medley that spans from You Belong With Me to Anti-Hero, to Shake It Off, to Cruel Summer. Forget about it. That's not just a halftime show. That's a cultural reset. And the timing couldn't be better. By February 2026, she'll be entering her TS12 era. She'll have fresh music to showcase. She'll have the full support of the NFL fan base thanks to her engagement with Travis. And she'll have the largest stage in the world, just waiting for her to take it.
That's why I love putting so much into Easter eggs or little puzzles. It's gotten to the point where it's just like, it's a little bit People are like, the Easter eggs thing is getting a little Zodiac killer at this point.
Yes, technically, the NFL hasn't announced anything yet. The performer usually gets revealed in September, which means right now we're still in speculation mode. But when it comes to Taylor, speculation is half the fun because she's trained her fans to look for hidden meanings. She's built her empire on Easter eggs. And Swifties? They're undefeated at decoding them. So, is Taylor Swift headlining the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show? Officially, we don't know, but unofficially. The clues are too loud, too flashy, too intentional to ignore. The stage is set, the stars have aligned, and honestly, the Super Bowl has never needed her more. Whether you're a diehard Swiftie or just someone who tunes in once a year for football's biggest night, one thing is clear. If Taylor Swift takes that stage at Levi's Stadium, we'll all be witnessing history. Follow PopPlug to stay plugged in.